get my other phone. Do that. Damn. Okay. Wow, how many people? What? Damn it. All right. Let me just do this real fast. I'm not going to stay on here too much longer. I'm just going to do a couple more things to this amplifier, and then I'm going to venture off to the shower and watch some TV. And tomorrow I'll wake up. What I am going to do though is I'm going to take this other camera here. And, right. Take this other camera. I'm gonna dual stream both channels. Yeah, your amp Lex at some point will get built. Remember, it's expensive, and I don't have the money to build it right now. But Lex, um, it is right there, bro. Right there's your amp. It'll get built someday. It's the next amp I'm building. So when I get the money, bro, remember it's gonna cost me like 2, 3 grand to build that thing, dude. I don't have the money right now to build it. But the chassis is already made, so it'll happen at some point. You're paying the shipping, so you better be saving your money for the shipping, though. It's going to be expensive. I don't even know how you're going to pay the customs on that shit, dude. Right? It might be $400 or $500, man. I have no idea how much it's going to be the customs. All right, I'm just going to smoke this cigarette real fast, and then I'm going to go back in here. So we have B plus rails. Our B plus is going to be coming in here. It's going to be jumping across to a resistor to this resistor. So on this side of the resistor, we're going to have a resisted voltage going to B rail uh, V2, A and B, right? Which one of them is going to be a cathode fouler? I have no idea how this is going to work out. I really don't know how this is going to work out so well. So I'm probably going to leave that alone. The cathode fouler, I think I want to have the less voltage. That'll be this resistor here. We don't need an extreme amount of voltage on that cathode fouler. I think, let me see. Cathode fouler, 83 volts, 348 volts. All right, so the cathode fouler is going to be maybe 10K, 2 watt, 2 watt. All right, so um, maybe it should be a 10K. I don't know. I don't know if I have. I don't think I have 2 watt 10Ks though. Maybe. I don't. What do I have? Wait. I don't know what. We'll use these. All right. We'll use these. Give me a second. I'll be back in a moment. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you wear. Um, not a good day. I'll probably have this amp built tomorrow. You know. Um, pull that in a little bit here for you guys. Here, come on. What? The Samsung does not like to zoom in, right? It's got some issues going on with it. Okay, so we're gonna have this bottom one is gonna be my cathode follower, right? I don't know. I don't really know yet of where the cathode follower is gonna go, so we're just gonna tuck that away. Here, I know that this one here, this one, all right, let's use some super glue to mount this B plus rail. I'm gonna put some right here. All right, do that. This one right here. We're just going to dangle that down, just like that. Take this, and I'm gonna run this at a 90, right straight across there. Right. Hopefully, we'll run right here, and then run across there, down, down that way. And it's funny because it ain't long enough. It's not long enough to get to where it needs to get to. And that's bullshit. It has to go all the way over to there. So what do? Well, what I do is just extend that wire a little bit. That was my mistake. That was bad. Bad news. So I'm just going to take and splice that a little bit. Make it a little longer. Take this wire and just twist this wire right here like that. Pull that in, and then pull that one in as well. Grab it, solder that on. Now, like I said, normally I run these wires underneath the board. Here, I'm not doing that. It's not happening. Get some burning tube in here. This, like this. Right over top of there. Find the lighter. And shrink to that shit down. There we go. I don't know where the top went. I'm going to take this wire though. I'm going to put this wire right here. Take this wire right here. And pull that. Put this tubing back in here. I'm going to take this wire. I'm going to wrap it. Just like this. Right around that turret. And right around that turret. And that will be the end of that. Then I can just make it even there. It's a beautiful thing. That is my first B+ line. Now, I already have that, right? I need a bus wire. We'll use this wire. We're going to take this wire. And we're going to jump across A and B. Like that. Pull that around. Just like that. Now cut that. All right. Right as rain, huh? There. Now, it's solder that jumper. It's beautiful. Solder this jumper right around town. There. And then I know that I have another jumper. Shit, what did I do? Shit. I'm so horrible at taking stuff, picking it up, setting it down in locations that I don't know where. I need to put it somewhere where I do it every single damn time. We're gonna cut this one. This is gonna be my phase inverter. So this is gonna be my phase inverter wire. And this is where my B plus actually rail is coming in. So I'm just gonna take that. Halfway. I always do one loop. Luke says don't do a whole loop. I do a whole loop. Always have, always will. Just, but I don't go past the loop. Only go right to itself. All right. So this is my phase inverter. Well, so I'm gonna have my B plus rail enters. My B plus rail enters here and goes over this way through this resistor to that resistor, separates to the filters. Again, I would normally never, ever, and this is against my code. I never put wires on top of the boards, but in this case, I really don't care. Look, is it going to do any damage? No, it's just going to make it look a little bit more sloppy. I'm done with this amp though, right? I just want to move on with my life. Um, so to me, to have a B plus rail just running across like that, we're going to be all right. And take the resistor right here. And we're going to put this one. These are my dropping resistors. So I think these are 2 watt and they're 10, 12 Ks. Again, I'm not going for looks here. I'm going for just getting this amp done. Uh, it'll be fine. Why is that one a different color? Wow. We're gonna have to measure these because that seems weird. It just seems odd. One of them is a different color than the other one. That one's wrong. I wonder why. Wonder why. What's going on with this? 11.9K. What? Wow. Let me grab this resistor and look what it reads outside. 46K. That's not good. That is not a good thing at all. That's a 46K. Let's find the 46. 43. 46K. Let's grab another one of these. 12Ks. So sometimes Marshall used Fender too. 10Ks, 18Ks, 15Ks. They've been known to use. It depends on. It actually depends on how high of a voltage. Remember, some of Marshall's transformers, the voltage was way less. Right. And if you have less voltage, then your dropping resistor don't need to be as big. Because these are dropping resistors to pull the voltage down. There. I think that's good. Yeah, that one's actually better than the other one was. More in the center. Trying to fill this. Now, what I can do pretty soon here. That's not going down in that hole. Shit. Damn. Okay. Mhm. Wow. That sucks. That won't go in that hole. Doesn't want to go down in the hole. It wants to go around the turret. Where the fuck is this shit going at? It's not going down around the hole. It's going right down around the turret. Motherfucker. There we go. That was a pain in the ass. Well, there's a big chunk of solder down here that grabbed itself. All right. There's another chunk of solder right here. There we go. So now if we feed power into here, it goes through this resistor, right? To this filter, through this resistor, to this filter, and then it feeds. It's not even soldered on there. I gotta solder that on. It feeds these two resistors here, plate 1, plate 2. It does. So you're about to see me do something here. We're gonna heat this up. We're gonna attach this jumper. We're gonna put our plate resistors. Just like that. Now, our first plate resistor is going to be 100K. The second plate resistor is going to be 100K. They're both 100K plate resistors. So I can just take 200K resistors and you'll see. Right. These are going to be 100K plate resistors going right to the plate. Right. You don't want to put that in yet because we need some wire. We need some wire. One of these is going to go all the way over there. So we are going to bring this wire right up here. We're going to grab it there. And this is going to go to pin. That one will go to pin number 6. I'll have another one that goes to pin number 1. Get in there. It's over there. Right there you are. There we go. Okay, now watch this shit. We cut this. I mean, technically speaking, I could just hook these input. And I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do stage by stage just to make sure everything works good. But I still got to do my inputs here. Right. I don't even know if I have the jacks for this. But once I do stage 1, which we'll be doing probably tomorrow, we'll listen to what it sounds like with 6L6s. I'm going to put the 6L6s back in this thing 6L6s are going to resemble more of a KT66 or a 77 than an EL34. So this brown one, that brown one is going to go to pin number 1, right? Right. So the green one is going to go to pin number 6. So I want to put this under here. I want to be able to get to pin number 6 from the back side though. I'm not trying to hide these wires so much like I normally would. I'm going to go there. Run this motherfucker up here. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to cut that right there and call it a day. Or feed that down into pin number 6. And then we'll shape it once we get it in there. There we go. Bend that motherfucker. Grab that. All right. That can go up, over. We do not want it to do that. Pull itself up there. I think I can live with that. This one, I can run right alongside of it. And down here, that motherfucker goes into pin number 1. Oh shit. Right to there. There it is. Pin number 1 in, motherfucker. All right. All right. Let's organize that wire a little bit so it looks kind of cool. There we go. It's not so bad. We got our wire going. Got a B plus going through 100K right straight in. Plate off that one. And off that one. So now we take our 100K. We take our 100K resistor, 2 of them. This is our plate resistor. and they're both 100Ks. Same thing as a Fender Bassman, man, right? So this feels like the components that I'm playing with right now. It feels like a Fender circuit because it is a Fender circuit. Um, Marshall stole the circuit from Fender. Fender was notorious for using 100K plate resistors, and you can tell that Marshall copied them. They were one of the only ones that did it in the sequence that they did. So we have two 100K plate resistors here. And then I gotta see. That one doesn't have enough on it. I gotta see if I can find some coupling capacitors. I don't know if I have any or not. Let's see. Right there. Two 100Ks. Let's see if we have some coupling caps. I had some. I just don't know what size I had. Um, damn, I there. On V1. V1. It's gonna be my high channel, right? Right. So I don't know how these are. 047 UFs. I'm gonna need to find. Wait, no, left. Yeah. Right here. Mhm. There we go. There we go. Shit, that just bent. You don't want that to bend. Come on, bro. All right. There we go. Now we'll solder those four on there. So if I touch this output, right, and we go to here, right, from here to there, Well, it's not gonna really be a great sound because we have a coupling cap there, but it'll give me tones, right? Most certainly. So all I gotta do is put a signal into the grid of the tube, connect one of these to here, bam, we have sound. That'll be our first stage. We already have our cathodes hooked up. So I don't even know how much room we're gonna use of this board. We might not use a lot of this board. I didn't design this board for the circuit, but we're gonna find out, right? We're gonna be fine. Because this is almost pretty much section 1 and B. It's a huge part of the amp. Come on, bitch. There's 2. Got 6 of these to do. Three, 4. I think I'm done for the night. As soon as I get this to solder on. No, I'm not going to solder this side because I have to put wire. These are my outputs. Me outputs. So other than the grids, we already our first tube is wired in, and we're good to go. We are 100% ready to rock and roll. So the first thing I'm going to do tomorrow when I come back is I'm going to put my inputs in here. Right? We're going to tie our inputs to grid number 1, which is grid pin number 3, right? 2, sorry. So our high, which is right here, that's going to be going to pin number 2, and then our low is going to be going to pin number 7, which is over here. So high and lows is going right in here. We'll do a shielded cable somehow up through there. And then coming off one coupling cap, that goes, it's a weird input wiring, you know, but it comes off of this low input wiring, and that's going to go to a 470, oh, well, 0.001 into a 1 million gain stage, right? And then that goes into grid number 7, right? Right. So comes off of this premium volume into 7. So the first stage is charged up, runs right into the second stage into the cold clipper, which is a stupid ass idea, dude. JCM fucked up bad. So how they have it here is it goes first stage right into the second stage through this high channel, but on the low completely skips the first stage and goes into a cold clipper. Right, so the low just goes right into a cold clipper, man. That's dumb, dude. And that's probably why the low channel's unusable on a Marshall, the JCM 800. It's just a dumb idea. It's a dumb design. I shouldn't have did it that way. I know how to get by it, but we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna set this down. I think I'm gonna end it for now. Well, who gave me $20, dude? Chat filter, fan funding. Fucking Michi, man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that, dude. I didn't even get to see it, dude. Chat filter. Top messages. No. Community moderation. No, dude. Oh. Is this amp going? Dude, why would this fucking amp be going to Dale, dude? I already fucking gave Dale amp, dude. Jesus Christ, beautiful Earth. That makes no sense at all, dude. I'll never make Dale another amp in my life unless he pays for it. Dude, he has a $50,000 amplifier. Why would I ever give Dale another amp? I've already given Dale 2 guitars and an amplifier. I think I've given Dale enough, right? Um, it runs off both. Oh, I don't know. Is the amp running on AC or DC? Imagine DC. It starts in AC and then rectify it to DC. What do you mean you didn't know he got it? He got that amp months ago, dude. Where have you been, motherfucker? Oh, you've been here, dude. You just haven't been paying attention, obviously. Dale got the Destroyer months ago. And you've been here 50 times since. Has today been a better? Well, I didn't have a bad day yesterday. Yo, just because cops came doesn't mean shit, dude. It just reminds me of GTA or some video game, man. That's all. Doesn't mean I had a bad day. I had a great day. You know, I was fishing with Amber and hanging out. You want me to build you an amp? No, you don't. You can't afford it. You only can afford me giving you one. Of the Horizon Precision Drive. Um, I don't know. I never looked up the schematic, dude. Where the fuck you been, man? What do you mean? What have I done to the amp? It's fucking done, bro. Right? I rebuilt it. It's fucking done, dude. I built a whole amp in one night, dude. Where you been? Fixing your fuck ups, man. Fixing the fucking bullshit that fucking you and John. Yeah, I swear to God, I bitched about you all night long, man. Every step of the fucking way. Do you know Luke? Yeah, but I wasn't working on the amplifier, man. I was just calling to say hi. Because I miss your pretty face, right? Uh, do you know that 7 components? Now listen to me for a second. Half the board was completely removed by John. Completely. There was nothing there. Nothing there, man. Right? And 7 of the components that were in there that he had touched were just touching the turret. They weren't even soldered the fuck on, dude. 7 fucking components were just touching. He broke all the tops off the fucking the turrets. Dude, he soldered through capacitors. That's not fucking funny, dude. It's not funny, dude. So what have we done? You want to see what I've done? This is what I've done. I have taken everything off. I have put cathode resistors back underneath the board where John will never be able to get to because I don't give a fuck. Because we are going to build a JCM 800 circuit, straight JCM 800 circuit. Don't give a shit. Why? Because I already have a high watt output section. This output section is phenomenal. Do not want to monkey with it. Just need a good preamp, man, right? Well, we know what kind of music John likes, dude. And if John can't use his guitar to turn down and roll back his volume, then John's not going to be able to use this amplifier because you know JCM 800s, they're not a clean amp, man, right? They'll have a beautiful output section, but you're going to have to roll back that volume to get that clean tone going on here. Now, I have made changes already, depending on what schematic you get, where you get it. And this is where I hate JCM 800s. Can't stand them because of this reason. You have your high input goes right into grid 1, right? Your low input goes right into grid 2. But coming out of grid 1, it goes into here. So it passes through this jack. And when you plug this in, it lifts this one, right? And it bypasses this. So this isn't even connected anymore. This section here, this triode, right? So, but with it plugged into here, it goes through this triode into this jack, through here into this triode, right? So it basically has one stage into the volume out. Now without it, into the low, it goes right directly through the circuit here, this attenuation circuit, into the grid, cold clipped immediately, right? So your low jack is cold clipped immediately. The volume is so much lower than this volume. Oh, when they say it's low, it's low. It's unusable. And it sounds like dog shit because it's cold clipped immediately, man. It's a terrible thing. In this design, this gentleman has used a 608 0.68 and a 2.7K resistor here. I've seen Marshalls use a 1.5 here in JCM 800s. I've seen them use a 1.8, a 2.7, a 2.5, a fucking 800 ohm, a 1K, a 1.5K. I've seen so many different cathode resistors in the Marshalls. It's disgusting. These 10K resistors up here to drop the voltage right across these here, I've seen them use 17 to 25K here too, depending on how much voltage is actually traveling through that supply line. So these are things that I've seen in these JCM 800s that are changed throughout the amp. Now, this is a set number. This is what I'm going for, a 2.7K. I don't give a shit. This is one of the cool ones, dude. So we're gonna find out what it sounds like, dude. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if it doesn't work, I don't give a fuck because this is the original Marshall fucking like slash type amplifier. And if John doesn't like that, then John doesn't deserve to be playing guitar, man. I have over 10K in toy remote control cars. Damn, bro. I was talking to Luke. Where did he go? Well, if you ever want an amp, just pay me and I'll build you one. How's that sound? Luke dipped on me. Look at that. I show him what's up and then he dips. What the fuck did he do? Where'd he go? Was he on a different channel? Did I show him the wrong channel? Damn it, Luke. You're on the wrong stream. I just showed you everything, man, and you didn't even watch because it was the wrong camera. You can call me anytime, Sweet Leaf. You know my phone number. You know my messenger. Oh shit. So anyway, Luke, what we're gonna do is a hybrid JCM 800 for this motherfucker, right? Um, I think one of the holes I'm gonna be drilling out the bright hole where we had the. So look, I think I'm gonna. I'm not gonna put a bright switch in it. I'm going standard straight across the board JCM 800, dude. Right? It's not an MK2. It's not the Plexi, dude. It is a JCM 800 circuit. So I'm gonna be drilling one of the holes out where it says bright, and I'm gonna be putting the presence control there. And then where it was mean and pissed off, that's just gonna get a plug. And I'm just gonna make a little plug, put it in there. It'll do nothing. Really, put my little logo A on it or J or whatever I put on there. Dude, I don't really care, man. But I built fucking 100. I don't know. I built probably 30 JCM 800s, dude. I built every Marshall there ever was, man. Many times. Uh, you can't go wrong with a circuit for rock and roll, man. I mean, just period, dude. But this is not just a it's not just a JCM 800. We got 6L6 in it, right? And they're fine tuned. Remember when I told you when I designed that power section, it really is fine tuned. And what do most JCM 800 people shoot for when they play the JCM 800s? 99.9% of the people say KT66s sound the best. Nobody uses 6L6s. The problem is that a 6L6 is the same fucking thing as a KT66. They're the same too, man. They're the same too. They're a tetrode, man. They act exactly the same. They sound the same. They do the same thing, man. They're a power beam tetrode. So is a KT77. So I mean, kinkless tetrode, but oh yeah, but it doesn't matter, dude. They're the same fucking thing. When I listen to them, I don't hear no difference, dude. When they're tuned in, I do hear a difference between a KT88 though because they're bigger, but they're still not a pentode neither, right? They're still a tetrode. So 6L6s, KT88s, KT77s, KT120s. I don't know about the 120s, but the 66s, 77s, and the 88s, they're a tetrode. Same thing as a 6L6. So the EL34 is a pentode. That's a real pentode. You can wire them in pentode mode, but it's not the same, man. I have EL34s. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to the amplifier. I'm gonna listen to the amplifier in with the 6L6s, and then I'm gonna put the EL34s in it, and I'm gonna bias it, and I'm gonna listen to the difference. I'm gonna see what one I like the best. I really don't care about the requirements of the transformer. I really don't care. I think that it can handle. I think it will be able to handle. Well, it's gonna push. It's gonna push the EL34s. It'll tax the transformer a little bit. I don't think it's going to tax it enough where it's going to blow it up, though. It might make it a little hot. And if it blows it up, who gives a fuck? I don't care anymore. Wherever at ATEC is, I'm ending the stream over here. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining.